Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Ba, Hari Ba, Hari Ba, Ba, Hari Ba. Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa, Parivrajagacharya, Astu Trusatat Srimad Divine Grace, His Kumpanacharya, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya, Astu Trusatat Srimad Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavena Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridasa Kaur Ki Jai. Pran Si Kahao Si Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Si Advaita Gadadara Si Vasari Si Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Sri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Syamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Sri Vrindavan Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Sri Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Kurshetra Dham Ki Jai. Ayodhya Dham Ki Jai. Gangamaya Yamunamaya Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Bhakta Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the sum devotees. All glories to the sum devotees. All glories to the sum devotees. All glories to Sisi Gauranga Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasa Tato Jaya Mudirayet Nastapaye Sabhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 4, text 34. Is that correct? Title of this chapter is Hiranyakasipu terrorizes the universe. Yasmi Mahaguna Rajan Griyante Kavibhi Muhu Nate Duna Pidiyante Yata Bhagavati Shware Yasmi Mahaguna Rajan Griyante Kavibhi Muhu Nate Duna Pidiyante Yata Bhagavati Shware Yasmi Mahaguna Rajan Griyante Kavibhi Muhu Nate Duna Pidiyante Yata Bhagavati Shware. Can someone try? Anyone else? Otherwise, ladies? So, word for word translation and purport by His divine grace is confirmed, Acharya. Srila Abhacharan Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Word for word translation. Yasmin, in whom Mahagunaha, exalted transcendental qualities. Rajan, O King. Griyante, are glorified. Kavibi, by persons who are thoughtful and advanced in knowledge. Muhu, always. Na, not. Te, these. Aduna, today. Pidiyante, are obscured. Yata, just as. Bhagavati, in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ishware, the Supreme Controller. Translation. O King Prahlad Maharaj's good qualities are still glorified by learned saints and Vaishnavas. As all good qualities are always found existing in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they also exist forever in his devotee Prahlad Maharaj. Please kindly responsibly repeat. O King, Prahlad Maharaj's good qualities are still glorified by learned saints and Vaishnavas. As all good qualities are always found existing in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they also exist forever in his devotee Prahlad Maharaj. Purport? From authoritative scripture, it is learned that Prahlad Maharaj still lives in Vaikuntha Loka, as well as within this material world on the planet Sutara. This transcendental quality of existing simultaneously in different places is another qualification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Goloka eva nivasati akiladma bhutaha. The Lord appears in the core of everyone's heart, yet he exists on his own planet, Goloka Vrindavan. A devotee acquires qualities almost the same as those of the Lord because of unalloyed devotional service. Ordinary living beings cannot be so qualified, but a devotee can be qualified like the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not in full, but partially. Om Gyana Timirandasya, Gyana Jana Salakaya, Satsura Militam, Yena Tasmai, Sri Gurubhe Namaha. Sachetam Manovistam, Staphetam Jinabhutale, Swayam Rupam Karamayam, Dadati Swa Padantikam. Bandasi Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Sahodato, Gododaya Puspavanto, Chitta Chandra Tamundu, Vanchakalpatari Vicha, Kripasundari Vicha, Paritanam Pavan, Vaishnavi Vyo, Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prestaya Bhutali, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Itinamani. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sonyavadi Pasatya Disatari. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Siva Sari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. So welcome everyone to this morning Bhagavatam class taking place here in ISKCON, Cologne. This text is relevant to what is happening in our modern day civilization, terrorism, and counter-terrorism. You know, sometimes people think that these things are new, terrorism. There's nothing new on this planet. It's all the Bhagavatam describes material activities as puna chavitam chavananam, chewing the chewed. It's just repeated stuff. Putting all wines in new bottles. That's all. When Hiroshima terrorized the whole universe, he did not use atomic ballistic weapons. He was so powerful, mystically and physically. He could do the things. He could go to the war front and do the things. He didn't use, jet planes to go and bomb somewhere and run away. He goes there physically and destroys the people. And you face him or you quench. So that's the background of this very chapter. It's about terrorism. And this very wonderful in quote, terrorist. This is Adi terrorist, original terrorist. This original terrorist, he had a child. In fact, he was so powerful that he could defeat even the demigods. And everybody has to respect and honor him, worship him as the supreme personality of God. But he had a competitor, his own child. This competitor is not a terrorist. He is a pure devotee of the Lord. He was divinely empowered, so powerful that although he was not carrying weapons of destruction, his father was afraid of him. Because when you try to kill somebody by all possible means, and for a small boy of that nature even, and you are unsuccessful, you're traumatized. You feel weird. In fact, people asked Prahlad once, where did you get your power? Then he addressed him very nicely, my dear father, where you got yours is where I got mine. The same source. But here in this text, and the purport is centered on the wonderful qualities of this boy, Prahlad. Sometimes we see all of these descriptions of Prahlad, and we wonder, I wish I should have a child like this. Krishna, when are you going to give me a child like Prahlad? Yes, we can also have children like Prahlad who can come to save the whole world. But it takes a lot of austerities. I guess I told the story about how Prahlad was born here before. No? Ruel, no? Who knows how Prahlad was born? How did he become so powerful? Someone has to be so powerful from birth. He didn't go to school to learn so much. From childhood, he was so powerful, divinely powerful. How come? How can we have this type of children? This is the question. We have been having sex in this society since 1966, when it was when it was registered in New York. Since that time, we had grihastas. We have people who have been having sex in our society, producing children. Some of the children, they've grown up, they even have their own kids and grandchildren now. We have not produced a person like Prahlad. Why not? So, rudimentarily, let's get to, I don't know whether I told this story before here, but we're talking about Prahlad, so let's get to the nitty-gritty of how this powerful soul, and he is so divinely empowered from that tender age. And his father is a demon. I thought, we had this idea that, a divine personality will give birth to a divine personality. But sometimes it doesn't happen like that. So we could rationalize that, well, sometimes it doesn't work like that. But how exactly did Hiranyakasipu invoke Prahlad Maharaj in his wife's womb? He's supposedly a demon. He should produce another demon like himself. Isn't it? By logic. So, how is this? This seems to contradict the logic. Is Hiranyakasipu giving, begetting Prahlad seems to contradict the logic of, highly intelligent scholars. They give birth to kids who are also very intelligent. Sometimes it's not the case. But it's all depending on the consciousness of the mother and the father at the time of sexual intercourse, at the time of making the child. And the case of Prahlad was very unique. I love this story. The details is not in our Bhagavatam, but it's there in the 20th chapter of Srimad Purana. Srila Vyasadeva documented that there, how Hiranyakasipu had this conception that he needs to be immortal, to successfully terrorize the whole world. He needs to be immortal. Because if he's not immortal, at some point in time, someone could kill him. So he planned ahead. This is called strategic planning. He planned ahead. And immediately he started his strategic plans, Lord Brahma knew about it, and he was disturbed. Lord Brahma was disturbed. He thought, oh my goodness, what is this? He's coming to perform austerities and to ask for a boon that is beyond my jurisdiction. I'm not immortal myself, and he's coming to perform austerities to ask for immortality. What am I going to do? Because if someone performs some austerity and then the Lord comes, yes, what can I do for you? Well, I want to be immortal. What's he going to do? Is he going to tell Hiranyakasipu that, hey, I'm not the God of this universe? No, he's not going to tell Hiranyakasipu that. So he was in anxiety. And as he was in anxiety, his son, the best of his sons, Madamoni, he knew his father was in anxiety. This is how to figure out a child's heart in his father. Madamoni, he was the heart of Lord Brahma. So he knew when Brahma was in anxiety about these impending austerities of Hiranyakasipu and the demand for immortality. So he went to pacify his father. He told his father, he went to pacify his father that, how do you call father here in Germany? Papa, right? He said, Papa, don't worry. I'll deal with the situation, okay? I know your problem. Don't worry. I'll deal with the situation. Your anxiety, don't be in anxiety. I'll deal with it. Put it on my head. Trust me. I'll deal with it. This is the beauty of a salvaging son, a salvaging child, salvaging daughter. A child who comes to give relief to the parents. So Narada Muni gave relief to Lord Brahma. Brahma knows Narada's potentials. He trusted him. He knows this is the best of my son. He's a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. He can do anything and everything. So when he came to pacify Lord Brahma was fully pacified. And so Narada, he had gone to consult with his friend Parvata Muni. He told Parvata Muni what was the circumstances, and they requested Parvata Muni that the both of them go to distract Hiranyakasipu when he goes to the forest to perform his austerities. That the both of them should go and perch on a tree by Hiranyakasipu's place of austerity and chant this mantra, Om Namo Narayana Namaha. Hiranyakasipu considers Narayan or Vishnu as his enemy. So he doesn't want to have anything to do with Narayan. Why is Vishnu or Narayan his enemy? He killed his brother. Someone killed their brother. Why not? Is he enemy now? So that was a good cause to be inimical towards Vishnu because he killed his brother. So Parvata Muni subscribed to the idea. He wanted to help his friend. A true friend is the one who is there when you are in trouble, when you need him, when you need her. So Narada Muni and Parvata Muni, they're very close friends. So when Hiranyakasipu made up his mind, made his decision, he told his wife that he will be away for a long time to the forest for austerities. And he prepared his wife ahead of time. This is, you see, we may say Rangasipo is a demon, but he was a good husband to the wife. He was a good husband to the wife. He prepared his wife's mind. He was going to try, he was going to be away for austerities for a long time. So he told his wife in advance, so that the wife knows that. Wife can start preparing her mind that my husband is going to be away for a long time, but for the overall goal of the universe, overall goal of the kingdom. So he went for these austerities, and then he started performing his austerities. Ananda and Parvata, they went there in the form of birds, perched on a tree. And Rangasipo was performing his austerities. They came and started chanting this mantra, Om Namo Narayana Namaha. And this was a big disturbance, distraction to Rangasipo. He was so disturbed that he has to discontinue his austerities, and he went back to his palace. Pretty shorter, far shorter than the time expected. But his wife did not ask him anything. Demons, you cannot trust them. If you mean you're their wife, you cannot trust them. Yes, their son, you cannot trust them. They can do anything. If you do anything, ask them anything that irritates them, infuriates them, they can even kill you. So the wife knew the husband very well. He didn't care to ask anything. They were just together. He welcomed him very nicely. She was very, very intelligent. And I can tell you how she's super intelligent. Let's go to the story. So, a woman should be super intelligent. Of course, women are considered more emotionally intelligent, more socially intelligent than men. A girl of 17 years old can control a man of 25 years old. Oh yeah. That is the reason why in the Vedic literature, in the Vedic culture, it is recommended that the man should be some few years older than the woman. Yes, so those who plan to marry, you have to take cognizance of this. You marry a woman who is older than you, because she's already sociologically more intelligent than you become a pet. So don't underrate the power of women. In fact, women rule the world. Oh, yeah. So we have to recognize that. And so Iragasipo's wife, she waited at the appropriate time. She asked question, why he came back so early from his austerities against the expected time. And what was that time? Well, when did she ask? When they were having sex. You want to extract anything from a man? Wait. Women should know this. I think they know this. But this is there in the Srimad Purana. It's a strategy. Of course, sex is also a strategy for investigative studies. You know, when people want to get, investigators want to get, basically sex is used for espionage. Yeah. That's the power of sex. Don't underestimate sex. Yeah, people do it for fun, but the same fun, they use it for accumulating so much of information. High sex use in espionage. Someone will commit a crime. I think I mentioned this also. Similar stuff in the Tempel where I was, near Frankfurt there. So someone will commit a crime and refuse, denying, conquer the police, conquer the investigators with denial. Budging. You don't have sufficient proof, and he's not ready to tell the truth. Say he killed somebody. There's no witness. There's suspicion, no witness. And so sometimes what happens that the investigating department, they send a beautiful, superlatively intelligent woman to that place to lure that man into a relationship. And they could be together for years, have children, everything, like normal family. One day, they're having sex, the man is about to discharge semen, she asks, this and this and this and this. You're my lovely husband. How can you hide anything from me? Tell me something, because I'm here to protect you. Then the man opens up. Before discharging semen, ask a man anything, they will tell you. That is the strategy that Iranga is supposed to have used on him. So when we were having this fun, at the point that Iranga was about to discharge semen, she asked, my wonderful husband, you said you're going to be away for a long time in the forest for your austerities, but you came back so quickly. I was just wondering whether something happened. Then Iranga opened up and told all the story. In a few seconds, he opened up and told the story. How he was having some trouble with his two birds chanting Om Namo Narayana Nama. At the point that he chanted this name, that was the time he discharged semen. So in Ankasipo, he chanted Narayan's name at the time of discharging semen. And that is why that powerful event invoked that powerful soul, Prahlad. It's not by accident. This is procreational sex, the science of procreational sex for divinity. Okay, having said that, this text elucidates the wonderful qualities of Prahlad. That Prahlad has all the good qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not in full, but to a great extent. So, the pure devotee of the Lord has the qualities, it is mentioned also in the Bhagavatam, the pure devotee of the Lord has all the good qualities of the devotees. But here Prahlad specifically is mentioned, not the qualities of the devotees, the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's Bhagavata. If someone says Bhagavata, don't play around. Don't play games with them, because they have all of the qualities of the Supreme Lord to a great degree. Not in full, but to a great degree. And because they are so empowered, they can do amazing things. So we see in the case of Prahlad how he literally rectified the father's terroristic activities. He rectified the father of that. Because we find that even when Shringadeva appeared from the pillar and killed Hiranyakasipu, Prahlad extended his mercy on his father. Someone would have to kill you. I mean, for some of us, to hell with you. To hell with you. But when the Vagona plane came to take Prahlad, he asked the Vishnu daughters, what about my father? What about my father? So although Prahlad was terrorized by his father, he didn't take grudges. This is the heart of a pure devotee. No grudges. They pray for the welfare of everyone. They wish everyone well. Despite all of the insults and attacks on the pure devotee, they don't revenge. Vengeance, zero. They have zero vengeance mindset. I repeat, the pure devotee has zero vengeance mindset. Typical example is that of Prahlad. Imagine his father tried all possible avenues to kill him, and at the time that he was given that opportunity to, get out from the clutches, he was anxious that his father be relieved. He was seeking for a reprieve for the father. This is not common because traditionally, when someone hurts us, we want that person to suffer, perhaps forever. Put him in jail for life, or get him executed, public execution, or put him on the death chair. This is attempted murder, not just simple terrorism, attempted murder, because Prahlad's life was attempted several times by Hiranyakasipu. So the beauty of pure devotional service is that the doors of the heart become so widely open. And we see in the case of Prahlad, there's a lot to learn from Prahlad. So here in the purport, Prabhupada said, the transcendental quality of existing simultaneously in different places is another qualification for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Goloka eva nivasatya kilatma bhutaha. The Lord appears in the core of everyone's heart, yet he exists in Vaikuntha. So Prahlad, in the purport, Prabhupada mentioned that Prahlad exists simultaneously in two places, Vaikuntha and Sutala. We exist only in one place. Even that one place, we feel so much of dualities. Isn't it? So much dualities in one place. Here is Prahlad existing in two places simultaneously, like the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Lord also exists in the heart of each and every one. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Ridi Se. It's just existing there in the heart region of everyone. At the same time, he is in the spiritual world. It's in Goloka. So we cannot understand the activities of the Lord, nor can we understand the activities of the pure devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Uttama Adhikari. We can't understand. What explanation will we give about someone, a jiva existing simultaneously in two places? But there are different types of siddhis. Lord Krishna explains that in the Uddhava Gita to Uddhava in his conversation. But then again, Lord Krishna told Uddhava that, yeah, all of these siddhis are there, but he does not encourage his devotees to be devoted to siddhic powers, acquisition. Why? Because these siddhis, they can distract significantly from the path of pure devotional service. And therefore, if we become seriously involved in devotional service and Krishna wants to endow us with this type of siddhic powers for the purpose of devotional service, that's a different thing. But we should not endeavor. There is Part of an aspect of devotional service, Yoga Mishra Bhakti. Yoga Mishra Bhakti, that means that someone is trying to become a devotee, to execute devotional principles, devotional service to Lord Krishna. At the same time, it is mixed with the desire for Siddhic perfection, for acquiring power, yogic powers. Who Prahlad appeared in two places. I also want to appear in two places. In fact, I want to be lighter than the lightest, so I can pass through this world without a crack. You can pass through this world without a crack, no doubt, if you develop those siddhis. But is it needed to execute devotional service right now? Nope. All that we need is a vocal cavity, a mouth, to chant Krishna's names. And then we can gradually acquire these transcendental qualities of the pure devotee of the Lord. Oh, King Prahlad Maharaj's good qualities are still glorified. Glorification of the good qualities of a devotee. So we may say, well, this guy is not a pure devotee, so I can criticize him. Yes, I glorify the qualities of the pure devotees, but this guy, no, he's not a pure devotee. All that I can do is to criticize him. I find fault with him and criticize him. No, we don't know who is who. And if we hurt any devotee, we get some reactions. And therefore, learned saints and Vaishnavas, or Vaishnavis, they glorify the transcendental qualities of the devotees. This is something we need to emulate, and that will automatically seal that avenue of committing crimes, committing offenses by true Vaishnava apparat, criticizing the Vaishnava, blaspheming the Vaishnava, or Vaishnavi. And these are the things that stalmate our devotional journey. And so we have to guard against this and emulate the learned saints and the great devotees by imbibing the culture of looking for the glories of the devotees, glorifying the devotees. So, by performing devotional service, we can acquire all of the wonderful qualities that will elevate us to that platform of pure devotional service. We can be guaranteed extrication from the shackles of material bondage. Any comments or questions? In the absence, okay.
When he did his austerities, then he stopped, and then he do it again? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he do it on. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know the story, so maybe it was new. Thank you for this.
Yeah, this is there in the 20th chapter of the Srimad Purana. That's why I mentioned that. Yesterday they did not put that in the Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is the quintessential literature for pure devotional service. Some of the details of some of the leelas may not necessarily be included. So that's why we have Puranas, supplementary literatures. Yeah.
Yesterday I was talking to one Mataji who was coming from an esoteric background, and due to this she's having some experiences with little mysticism and maybe some, not yogic siddhis, but something like this. And it's very difficult for her to let go of it, because when going to devotional service, then somehow you want to take this, but it doesn't seem to be possible. Then he wasn't able to explain to her how to let go of this.
Yeah, you don't tell people to let go of what they have. Add something to their lives. I mean, this is always there in the beginning. I remember when I joined, I would go out on Sankirtan, and then someone comes to meet you and say, my boyfriend left me for another girl. What are you going to do to help me? My boyfriend left me for another girl. Help me. So in the beginning, I used to be so upset when this type of people come to me. Oh, my girlfriend left me, run away. What am I going to do? Can you placate my situation? So yeah, people have different problems. Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna explains the 4 classes of people who come to devotional service. So this is also part of it. People may come to devotional service, may meet a devotee, may come to the temple because they have some problems. They have some material problems. Or they come and then they have all of this baggage. We don't, I mean, it's like people worshiping demigods, for instance. Yes, Krishna was hard on this stuff, but we are not Krishna. If we just start hammering on people like that, they will not be coming to our temples. We encourage them to chant, to perform devotional service. When they become purified, all these desires, all this baggage will go away. So we encourage them, it's just people, we encourage them to chant, encourage them to read the books, tell them, no problem, these are all, part of the powers of the material energy. But you don't worry, chant Hare Krishna, perform devotional service, and you have even more lasting powers. And of course, the pure devotees' powers far supersede mundane mystic powers. Because a pure devotee can save someone from birth and death. I mean, it's like I was telling a story yesterday during the Sunday program, Sunday class, how Prabhupada went to one devotional community and one devotee who had served him, he spotted him in the crowd of the devotees. The guy has blooped, and he was even blaspheming Prabhupada. So Prabhupada went straight to him and requested him to come and cook for him. And the devotees, they were very reactive. They said, Prabhupada, he blasphemes you. He says so many bad things about you. He's blooped. He's not following any regulatory principle. Prabhupada acted as if he didn't hear what the devotees are saying. He asked him again, can you come and cook for me? We are judgmental. The pure devotee is not. He's after liberating us from the cycle of birth and death. So, carrying those type of mystic baggage, is it comparable to somebody who has been performing devotional service, who is a Prabhupada servant? He blooped and started blaspheming Prabhupada, and then but the devotees even told Prabhupada, this is what he's doing. He's not following any principles. He's blaspheming you. And Prabhupada just ignored the devotees, and then he repeated, can you come and cook for me? So that is the power of the pure devotee, saving souls. So someone has some attachment for mystic powers, they come to us. Someone has attachment for worshipping devatas, they come to us. We should be tactful in how we preach to them, so that they can engage in devotional service, and Krishna will take care of their desires. And in the last comment or question?
This question on mystic cities, if you read the Bhagavad Gita, 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and Krishna describes how these mystic cities are actually coming up in people. And as he mentions it, is by meditating upon Krishna in certain ways, certain qualities of him, they come up. So it's actually a high level of consciousness. Like if you meditate like Krishna
being in every atom. You get the power of anima, becoming very small, like that. And I also know that this Abhiram Thakur is supposed to be a Sridham in his previous life. When he came in Chaitanya Leela, he was full of powers. And he used it excellently for preaching. Succeeded. How did Mahaprabhu succeed? He didn't preach, he just showed his Brahmajyoti. And then he also, he's gonna, and then he became, so you can't do with words, then you do something with.
That's another good point.
Mahaprabhu did like that, so they all.
Yeah, that's another good point.
Hare Krishna, Kashi was telling Hare Krishna.
Yeah. In fact, Jesus Christ, he converted so many people to his fold because he showed them some mystic power. So yeah, it's easy to condemn anything, but everything could be used. This is the issue. Nibbana Krishna Sambandhe, Yukta Varag. So people may have some potentials, and we try. Our duty is to try to engage them, encourage them to perform devotions. Thank you for that additional point. All right. Sorry, almost quarter to, so we'd like to draw the curtain here now. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.